Hi, my name is Joel Solomon. I'm a prosperity coach, and my goal is to help at least 100,000 people become financially free. Today we're going to be talking about real estate, and a number of you have asked me about my 7-step process to invest in real estate. In fact, I just taught it to the Boys and Girls Club in Stamford, Connecticut in the last week. So let's go ahead. First of all, real estate may seem complicated, but it's really about becoming adept in just 3 things. The first is finding bargains. Can you find a property that's inexpensive? The second is the funding. How do you come up with the down payment? The third is flipping, or how do you come up with making money? How do you make money in the deal? So it could be through flipping, or it could be through rental income from that property. You actually own it and generate rental income that exceeds the expenses on the property, so you have positive cash flow. So that's the three items that you really need to get good at. So let me go through the 7-step process to invest in real estate. The first step is to start with a 50-mile radius around where you live. And start simple. Again, this whole video is for people who are beginning to invest in real estate. If you're an expert, you may not necessarily start here. But the first step is start with a 50-mile radius around where you live and really learn about that area. Invest and focus only on simple properties. That would be residential homes and condominiums. Don't get into other properties like apartment buildings or farmland or farms. At the start, at least, start simple. The second step is to then shrink that and really become an expert within a 1-mile radius of where you're living. So check out all the properties that come up for sale within that 1-mile radius and really become an expert. Find out what the prices are of those properties. Do they need renovations? And what will happen is usually within that 1-mile radius you'll find a few properties, 3, 4, 5, that are really true bargains each year. You want to be there first. Now the third step is to find motivated sellers. So remember the acronym MOTIVATED. M stands for management or money problems. O stands for out of the area. T, just like out of the area, stands for transfer. So the people are, maybe they're being transferred from because of their business out of the area. That's a motivated seller. The next letter, I, stands for illness. So if someone gets sick, they may have to move their property. The next letter is V. V stands for vacancy. If the property is already vacant, that's probably a motivated seller. A stands for area in decline. If the overall economy is doing poorly or getting worse, people are moving out, that is likely to create motivated sellers. T is for tax problems. Can the people pay their property taxes? If they can't, they're motivated sellers. So the next letter, motivated, is E. There could be estate problems. Maybe someone passed away and the owners want to get rid of the property. It's in an estate. And D stands for death or divorce or delinquent payments. So all those create motivated sellers. So how do you find motivated sellers? You can put an ad online, pay for an ad, and actually look for those kinds of things. You could go to the courthouse and find properties that are being foreclosed or there are some problems with. You could go to realtors and become friends with the realtor and actually talk to them about the properties that they're selling and if they have motivated sellers. You could actually go to the target houses, talk to the sellers, or maybe even talk to the neighbors of the sellers to find out if you can find motivated sellers. So that's step 3. Step 4 is to analyze each potential deal on the scale of 1, 2, 3 by answering these questions and then ranking them 1 poor, 2 average, and 3 excellent. So first of all, what's the price? If the price is really a bargain, that's excellent, that's a 3. If it's expensive, that's poor, that's a 1. So what is the price? The second is, what are the terms? So are they throwing in additional items, or maybe they're running away with the washer and dryer? What are the terms of the deal? Maybe they let you rent it out for a few months and then you have the option to sell. That's positive. That would be excellent. Next is, what are the property conditions? Does it need renovations? Does it need significant renovations? That would be a 1. If it doesn't need any, that's a 3. And finally, is the seller motivated to sell? Again, that was step 3, but on a scale of 1 to 3, are they motivated sellers? If it's excellent, that's a 3. Oh, and finally, how is the location? Is the location on a busy street? That would be poor. If it's on a cul-de-sac in a quiet area, that's a 3. Excellent. So add up your numbers. And if you get to at least an 11, I would do more due diligence. The 5th step is decide if you can buy it for no money down. Now, I'm not going to get into the no money down techniques on this video, but there are ways to do that. We can discuss it in future weeks, or email me at joel@salamour.com for the techniques. That's joel@salaurmor.com. The 6th step is to, again, go back to your numbers. If you have a number that's over 12, I would definitely actually make an offer on those properties. And finally, decide how you're going to make the money. Are you going to flip it by buying it and selling it quickly just a few months later, or are you going to generate rental income on the property? So remember the 7-step process. The first is buy only within a 50-mile radius. The second is analyze and become an expert within a 1-mile radius of your home. The 3rd step is deal only with motivated sellers. The 4th step is to add up your numbers on those 5 attributes, and if you have over 11, continue, do more work. The 5th step is to use the no money down techniques. The 6th step would be to write offers on all the amounts over 12. And the 7th step is to decide if you're going to flip it or rent it out. Thanks for watching. I believe in you.